Well, with the transfer portal, when college basketball teams make a change, they need to make it quickly. And that's what happened with GCU women's hoops. When Molly Miller moved on from GCU to Arizona State, GCU had announced that they had a new head coach in place before the Sun Devils even officially announced Miller as their new head coach. And that's Winston Gandy. He's a longtime assistant coach in the women's basketball ranks, also spent some time in the NBA with the Washington Wizards. But he's worked with Duke. He's currently with South Carolina, trying to see that run through before he fully comes over to GCU, as the Lopes are looking to take their new step with their program.
He got to the top of the list by, his resume. I mean, his results, and results are what matter. I mean, we're a performance-based industry. We've got to look at results, and his resume and the results are pretty impressive. If you look at every place he's been, he has not been in the postseason. But then for someone to go deep into the tournament, round of 32, national champion, and right now I think they're in the Sweet 16, that's you can't find that with a lot of candidates.
I think Grand Canyon obviously provides just about everything a student athlete could want, from a university standpoint, from an athletic standpoint. And you've got two people, and President Mueller and Vice President of Athletics Jamie, that is passionate about it, and you don't find that very often. You've got to schedule prominent opponents to get your brand out there, to get the exposure. Recruiting, you got to start getting top 100 kids. And then obviously, like I said, that's kind of how the ball starts rolling.
See, the thing you have to understand about him is that he's recruited the very best players in the country for 7 or 8 years, between Duke and between South Carolina. And so the players all know who he is, and he knows them. And so the instant that somebody goes in the portal and he calls, they're going to know who's calling. They're going to know who's calling, and so his chance to put together a roster that upgrades this thing instantly is there, which is why we were very interested in him. You can tell by listening to him, he's going to walk into a home, and families are going to be very, very excited about having their daughters come to Phoenix, Arizona, and play for a man like that.
It's not one of those situations where they haven't had success, but I do think here there's a chance to upgrade, elevate. And again, I think sustaining it. It's one thing to have, anybody can have a really good year or a good 2 years. It's trying to sustain it is, the challenge.